of the reasons you may have come to this website is because you want an increase, an uplift in your vibration, or your consciousness, or your awareness, or just your happiness. This has been a quest of mine for a long time, nearly 4 decades. And there's a number of ways that you can do that. And one of the most powerful is the matrix of consciousness that we call Ormus. You can program Ormus in any way at all. And we choose to program our Ormus so that people get significant uplift. Another thing that I use for a powerful expansion of my own internal groundedness and expansion of consciousness is Qigong every day. Another thing I use is the shower of power exercise that I developed that's on our website for a free download for you. In the end, the combination of those 3 is particularly powerful. But how do you know where you're at? I'm about to give you the key for the most incredible left brain, right brain crossover, which is how you quantify consciousness. And it's called kinesiology, or dowsing, using a pendulum, where you get a yes-no by using your own body as a pendulum, or a pendulum as a pendulum. And you can get a yes-no answer. If you can get a yes-no answer on any subject at all, you can be informed, and especially if you apply a consciousness scale as to where you're at, you can see how you're doing, whether you're making progress or not. And you can, I studied this for years and years and years. I tested what level I was at when I woke up in the morning, after I went to do specific activities, when I hang out with different kinds of people, and I would get the variation that people either brought me up or down, things I did brought me up or down, the food I ate either brought me up or down. And so I got to see that being able to gauge where you're at is one of the keys of wizardry. To know where you're at. And therefore know what you want to do to uplift your own consciousness and what you want to avoid. It's a bit like the game of snakes and ladders. Or in America they call it snakes and chutes and ladders. You know, you slide down the chute. And in the game of life, there are some things where you can climb up the ladder and get a significantly higher perspective. A bit like going up in the plane and seeing a few towns away because you're a couple of thousand feet up in the air. Well, you're still in the same location, but you've got a higher perspective. Same in consciousness. To get the elevation, you want to use the known conscious elevation tools. And manna out of the Bible, which was fed to the Israelites to raise their vibration, was an earlier form of Ormus. Ormus is effectively the same kind of stuff. Consciousness in a material form. And the ancient practices of Qigong and Tai Chi, another powerful centering set of processes. And I meditated for many decades, still do. And last but not least, there's the power, as I said, of being able to gauge where you're at by dowsing where you're at, or kinesiologically testing where you're at. And that way you can track where you're at. This is what I call the pathway of the wizards. This is know as you go. Ormus, shower power exercise, the Qi expansion exercise is a variation of my Qigong that I developed. It will take you a long way towards where you aspire to be spiritually. I hope you do at least some of these things. Ciao for now.